Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and what day is it, Sam?
Warlock Wednesday. It's the Warlock Wednesdays.
Warlock Wednesday.
Warlock Wednesday. It's three or Warlock Wednesday. One of the two. Depends on how you look at it.
Wait, it's not three. It's never been
Three.
three.
It's three. 1, 2, 3.
They're W's.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
What are we talking about today, Bob?
If we put the middle one down, does it look more like a W?
It does. It also looks more metal, so maybe that's how we do it.
I can't commit to that. That's too complicated.
Okay.
What are we talking about today? We're talking about the Eldritch Invocation Otherworldly Leap.
Yes. Now I'm gonna say everything but the worst line on this. Okay. So I'm gonna start. Its name is Otherworldly Leap. It's from the player's handbook. You can cast Jump at will without expending a spell slot. Oh, neat. Prerequisite, 9th level. All of a sudden, I've lost all interest.
Yeah. Why? How powerful is the jump spell?
It's not. So jump already is basically gated by your move speed, right? So it says you touch a creature, that creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. That just means you're capable of jumping that far if you have that much movement, but you still have to spend it to get there, and you still have to do long jumps if you want it to be, the big distances. So hypothetically, you have to jump through like 12 hoops if you wanted to make jump even useful as far as like crossing 30-foot gaps, because you could normally are capped at 20 if you got a 30-foot move speed, right? It's a 10-foot run up and a 20-foot jump. That's, that's not particularly impressive because we're just talking about jump. We're just talking about leaping a distance. It's not a fly speed. It's not a levitate. It's nothing like that. And then for some reason, the reason's entirely unknown to me, Wizards of the Coast decided we gave them Silent Image, and that's pretty good. Is jump better or worse than Silent Image on these characters at will? I think it's probably better than Silent Image is at will with Misty Visions. So let's stick it as a 9th level prerequisite.
The thing is, there's Ascendant Step, which gives you Levitate, also get it at 9th level.
Yep.
That's who needs jump if you've got Levitate?
You just don't. You don't need jump if you have Levitate. And it's in the same book, too. Like, they didn't even print Levitate at will in a different book later down the road. They're like, we made a mistake. No, that's also in the PHP. And you can just, float around. It's a really fun little invocation. I love it a lot. It's probably not worth 9th level, as we talked about in that video. Jump is certainly not worth 9th level. We're talking about it in this one. It's like, why?
I'm already not a fan of the jump rules. I think if you're getting magical jump abilities, you need to be able to exceed your regular movement value. That's there's no point. I mean, all right, yeah, if there's a big 30-foot gap, that's something. But no, by the time I'm 9th level, I will have ways to get over that gap.
Yeah, or other things I'd rather do than have a tool to only get over gaps or on top of buildings, right?
Yeah, I mean, and if I'm a warlock, I don't want to be bouncing around like Super Mario. That just looks stupid.
Disagree.
I want to be flying or levitating. That's the warlock look.
I think there's a really uncanny, vampiric kind of huge leaps, like these supernatural strength jumps and whatnot of predators. Like you see werewolf push off the ground and tackle something to the ground. Come on, that's sweet.
I have a different picture in my head.
Yeah,
now.
You were envisioning the Super Mario movie.
Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah. I'm thinking Predator leaping off of a tower and just plowing into something on the middle of the roadway. That sounds so cool.
Okay, yes, all right. Thank you for painting that picture in my head. That feels a lot better now.
Yeah, I actually think this is one of the more iconic, as far as old monster movie looks go, is the really uncanny, a little bit too long of limbed, scrawny, really deep clawed kind of creature that just jumps huge distances, and that's horrifying. That's super fast, right? This is in that wheelhouse.
But I mean,
and
alternatively, they could just run over there.
Yeah, exactly the same, which is. Yeah. I mean, fundamentally, jump just needs reworked. In this current state, It just isn't functional with the jump rules. Jump rules are bad. I think most people don't know what they are and don't use them because they are bad, right?
We've been hitting some faults in this game lately. We got jump rules. We had the disengage we talked about not so long ago.
That's true.
You could just I choose to disengage. I'm going to run right up to him. And then the invisibility, where I can't see him.
I would like it to be known, since the inception of this channel, I have been whining about the invisibility and sight rules. That's not something that we've recently discovered, but I'm glad you've recently discovered that the invisibility and sight rules are garbage in this game.
Yeah, I've known they had their issues, but they're like, what was the one that I just had?
The invisible creature, even if you see it, still benefits from invisibility.
Yes, that is some horse shit.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I think one of the easiest ways to make this an interesting invocation, at least, and still not very good, is to let it not have any prerequisite. I still don't put this on any character sheets if that's the case, right? Like, the jump is just not a good spell. It could be a cantrip. I'd be like, I don't care. Like, you spend an action, now you can jump slightly further, but you're still gated by your speed, and you still have to like use your movement to do it. So if you have to exactly have these distances you want to cross, you have to move it all before the jump. Like, if it's like you're 15 feet away from the jump, you're gated at 15-foot jump. Like, you can dash to extend it hypothetically, but then you're spending actions on top of casting a spell, which takes an action. It's a mess. It's bad, and they made it 9th level for some reason, which makes it entirely unusable.
Yeah, 9th level. That is unbelievable to me.
Yeah,
I would really like to think. I want to be in that room when they're making the decisions. Like, man, we don't want to give them jump right out of the gate. Think about all they could do.
It's just like, when you look at its competition being, like you just said, levitate at will. It's wild. It's wild that in the conversation of deciding when these prereqs were and hypothetically playtesting them, and I remain convinced that the Bane one never got playtested. They're just like, Bane seems good enough that it probably deserves to be gated at once per long rest per Warlock spell slot, with a Warlock spell slot, right? Yeah, sure, ship that. No one wants to take it anyway in the playtesting. It's probably fine. This one feels like one, I don't know, like someone took it at the table and was like, oh, I can jump 20 feet now? Wow, that's amazing. What? No, that comes up like less than once a session. Are you kidding me? It's not your invocation. It's
shocking to me, like, because I am always a sucker for, at will, no spell slot.
Me too.
But then no.
I'm also a sucker for bad effects. Like, I like having to work a little bit harder to make a spell do something in a specific fantasy. I like the fantasy that this spell hypothetically paints. The problem is, like, Warlocks get no other really good ways to improve their speed unless you're multi-classing. So, like, maybe you take 2 levels in Rogue so you can dash and do all that kind of stuff. And then you, like, hypothetically just action, bonus action, dash, Otherworldly leap. Bob, are you okay?
Sorry, there was a fly. I got him.
Nailed it. Excellent.
It really bothered me. He decided to land on my keyboard in a video and mock me, and he fucking won't die there.
In the video that we were already irritated by how bad this feature is too. It all compiled and just stupid fly. The leap is trash.
I was thinking of the jump spell.
Yeah. We need better rules. If we had better rules, maybe this would work. If we had a different jump spell, maybe this would work. If this was like, for a bonus action, you could jump 30 feet. I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of neat. It's like a Misty Step. You have to be able to like reach there. Yeah, there's like bonus action. You immediately jump 30 feet. You don't have to spend movement to do it. You just do it.
Yeah,
like, that's interesting.
What we're talking about.
Yeah. And that'd be a fun option to build around, especially as like on a character as an invocation. That's a reasonable price to pay to have that kind of cool ability. That's probably still not that good. It's probably fun in exploration, but it doesn't stop fall damage or anything like that. You're still gonna have to like reckon with where you're landing. There's a lot of hoops to jump through anyway, and that's not what it is though. I'm making up hypotheticals to try and make this, because there's potential for it to be cool, and it's just not. It's still alive, huh?
Yeah, it's like Terminator. I think it's dead now.
Excellent. You're the Terminator, Bob.
Yeah. All right. I'd feel bad about this, except that we were talking about Otherworldly leap, so whatever.
I don't think you should feel bad. I think it was a beautiful moment. I'm glad we captured it on camera.
All right.
I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 5.
Epic battle with a fly.
It lasts a lot longer than I think it should have.
All right. Did you say 1 out of 5?
Sure did.
Yes, you did. So will I. 1 out of 5. Complete garbage. This
unusable trash. And it's an at-will first level spell.
Embarrassed for themselves.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was Otherworldly Leap. Which, no, it's another one of these titles that sounds a lot cooler than it is.
Yeah. There's also like Otherworldly about it.
They really nailed they really nailed these Invocation titles.
They did.
The content didn't live up to it.
What I think would be great is we do an all metal band, and then we use some of them as names of the albums, and then these are all song names, right? Like Lance of Lethargy is just like this slow moving, real big metal riffs, and you got like Life Drinker is the name of the album.
Life Drinker.
Come on, yeah, this is a metal album if I ever heard of one. Otherworldly.
It'd be great because it'd be just like these. It would have these badass covers and titles, but you and I lack the
any kind of means of making
metal
them cool.
talent. Yes.
Yes.
That'd be like me with a kazoo or something.
It'd be incredible.
All right. That was Otherworldly Leap. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. Let us know how much you love Otherworldly Leap. Let us know when you got to 9th level. You're there. Oh yeah, finally, I can cast Jump at will. Yeah. If we were wrong, let us know. If we were right, let us know. Just leave us some comments. And
if you think the fly is still alive, let us know. It snuck off. It's planning to kill Bob in his sleep.
I don't see it. Yeah. Maybe I'll return in our next video. All right. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it. A gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description where you'll find my Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.